Scorpio, hi. So this is going to be a reading for the month of April 2025. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Scorpio. What do we got? All right, the overall energy for the reading, the Five of Cups. We got a little bit of maybe a regret, maybe a little sadness here, but let's see. I don't see that coming up just yet. It's TBD. Starting off the reading, you get the Nine of Pentacles crossed by the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you seem to be, carrying yourself in this energy of, I got my shit together, I know what's up, I'm good, and you mean it. It's showing up as honest, as that's how I feel. I feel grounded, I feel stable, I feel clear-minded. And it makes sense because in your focus, you get the Hermit. So you're very much in tune with yourself. In the recent past, the Ace of Wands, I feel like you initiated something here, maybe started something. It's a nice energy. In your strength, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, maybe something that has to do with your stability here. House, job. In the immediate future, the Five of Wands. That's where I see this applying. It's almost like if there's an argument or something like that, there's immediate regret after it. There's like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That's kind of how it's coming through. And I don't know if it's from you or from somebody that's at the other end of this conflict. In the supportive energies, the Strength card. That's interesting because that's correlated with the energy of taking accountability and just, realizing that the situation could have been handled different. That in itself is an admission to, hey, I may have fucked up here, So that's big in itself. But the energy that is surrounding you, and you may not be aware of it, the Eight of Swords. Somebody was caught up in their emotions. It's not even in their emotions. It's in their thoughts of what they thought they were feeling, That's what kind of started this. Somebody was all caught up in ooh, or something. Whereas if the situation had a little more time to be digested, it would have turned out probably a little different. In your hopes and fears, the Page of Wands, you're really open to working on whatever showed up here. And for the potential outcome, the High Priestess, you're coming back to that, alignment with yourself, with your intuition. So I think it's going to be one that is going to have potential to be worked on. I don't think it's major, but it's something that you're noticing as it's happening, which indicates that you've done a lot of work on yourself to be able to do that, to still kind of go and be carried by your own, whatever's going on in your mind about the situation or your frustration, or whatever the hell went on in there. And then realizing really soon after that, hey, this should have been handled different by me. I don't care what they're doing, just me, So, yeah. Let me see the Five of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Three of Cups, the King of Swords. Yeah, it's one of those, again, misunderstandings. I didn't mean it that way. Well, it's definitely, the intention is definitely looking very different than what happened. So that applies. The I didn't mean it that way applies, but then it created something that you're coming out of it as being upset, almost regretful over how things were handled. Let's do the Nine of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands. That's interesting. Cause yeah, you're showing up pretty secure within yourself. You are edging a little bit on a sense of not taking into consideration the bigger picture. Like if there's other energies involved in whatever it is that you're doing here, because you're so secure within yourself, you're having the tendency to not pay attention to the other energies that are involved here. So in the bigger picture, where you're showing up as, I'm doing this because it feels right for me. It's like, okay, but what about all the other energies around you? Oh, what about, so you are edging a little bit on that, almost like, I don't give a shit about whatever. It's not that you don't give a shit, it's just that drive that comes from feeling so secure within yourself. But there's a dangerous slope to it in which you can feel a little too secure, in which you're gonna lose sight of everything and everyone else involved here, because you feel so good, about something. For the Queen of Swords, you get the Two of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups. You're questioning your role here in something. I feel like this is a situation that involves not only you, and I feel like for the most part, you're doing great. You're showing up in great energies. There are ramifications, though. There are, like, the energy is stretching towards other parts of whatever this is. And you have times in which you're showing up super secure, like you got this. You're okay. You're good. But even in those times, you're almost showing up as questioning yourself. Like, do I got this though? I think I do. I think I do. Yeah, I feel like I got this. Like, do I really got this? When push comes to shove, like, do I really? Luckily the questioning doesn't stay there for long, so you move past it quite fast. Let's do the Hermit. In your focus, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Cups. All right. What are you not wanting to see here? Because you're working on something right now that has to do with you. It's your own healing, your own story of whatever it is you're working on. But you're not wanting to deal with something in particular. For right now, you're kind of giving me a sense of it's too hard. And I'm like, I've seen you deal with worse. So how is this too hard? But maybe you don't have that availability right now. Who knows? Yeah, kind of pushing something to the side that you don't want to work with right now. It's too difficult, too hard. Okay. Sometimes it is. Even if you have dealt with worse, sometimes you're not there ready for stuff. Ace of Wands in the recent past, you get the Four of Swords, the High Priestess, the Queen of Swords. Why are you always in your way here? You're initiating something. You're starting something that I feel like it has to do with all of this. So you're either engaging into a setting of whatever this is, or you're starting this off altogether. You're in charge here. You're starting something off. And you've got the energies aligned. Your intuition is here, clear-minded. Again, whatever I see here in the present was definitely there from the get-go. And then there's you standing in your own way, Not a lot, though. Not a lot. You feel quite aligned here, though. It's not a lot. It's not concerning. It's just a little bit. Yeah, I think it's your mind. Too much in your mind, where I don't see your heart coming through a lot. But as of right now, it's there. So maybe that's why it's a little redundant, because it's like, no, you're still going through with it. So you're not in your way there. Okay. But you could be. For the 10 of Pentacles in the Strength, you get the Six of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Tower. I think whatever this is, or whatever this is turning out to be, feels better than you anticipated, better than you expected. Whatever you've put together here, whatever you're working on, There's other energies around you. I can't pinpoint who's who and what's the role of each of these energies that I'm seeing around, but I'm focusing on you because it's your reading, and you're showing up as pretty steady, pretty balanced. There is the possibility of sometimes standing in your way, but you're not doing it now. And you're showing up right now looking at the result of whatever this is and being like, oh my God, this feels so good. But like in a way of probably didn't even anticipate how good this would turn out. Like you probably anticipated something good for it, but not this good. Okay. Now, let's do the 5 of Wands. In the immediate future, you get the Wheel of Fortune, the Hangman, the Emperor. See, that's the thing. Something shows up, something conflicting. That's the only energy that I'm seeing so far in this reading as a little bit disturbing, a little, not nice feeling. And I see you trying to address this from these energies that you're already under, sturdy, balanced. Okay, let's give this some time instead of just reacting to it because it's nasty and we're going to react nasty. It's going to bring the nasty out in us. No, that's the intention of how you want to respond to this. Now, whether or not you're doing that, that's going to be up to you when you get there. But you have that available for you as an option. Are you going to respond to this conflict when it shows up with another type of conflict that comes from you, like a response to it? Or are you just going to look at it and be like, conflict, hold on a minute, I'll be right back, let me sit with it for a minute and then I'll respond to it. That's going to be up to you. For the Strength card and the supportive energies, you get the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the Strength card. And this is how it's, all of what I just said, it's kind of being painted into these energies, because it's like you got 2 choices here. 1, you get all up in your head and you respond to that situation from there. Or you take a deep breath, or a couple, and you align with yourself fully, where you're balanced, you're good, and you take it from there. These 2 options. When this conflict comes in. Because it is going to come in. It's not a big one. It's not a big one. It really depends on your response to it, on how big it's going to turn or not. So this is nice. It's nice because you have all the resources to respond to this in such a way that you might eliminate this in 2 minutes, or keep on entertaining this conflict and it's going to grow bigger. For the 8 of Swords in the hidden energies, you get the Queen of Cups, the 7 of Cups, the 6 of Cups. Yeah, it's this conflict shows up from you and another energy that come together, interact, and I feel like you want the same thing here. I feel like the way it's being brought in towards one another, that's what's creating this conflict. The goal is the same. The how is going to be very different and almost turning you towards against one another. So this almost needs a standby type of thing, like, okay, hold, and let's lay it out all on the table and let's listen to one another to see, how to unpack this. Because if they're going to come at it with, this whole bunch of overthinking, and then you're going to respond to it from that whole bunch of overthinking, it might turn into a shit show, and it's a shame because the goal is the same. You're shooting for the same stars here, in this one. Let me do the Page of Wands in your hopes and fears. The Devil, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. I keep on seeing it jumping through this reading, but I'm like, maybe if I dismiss it, it won't affect anybody. There's an energy of impulsivity, and I feel like it's on your side. Instant gratification type of thing, and it's going to show up as impulsivity on your end. And I saw it earlier and I see it here. It's like chop chop, I want the results right now. Whereas in the bigger picture, I don't see that there. It's like, no, you got your shit together. You don't need to see things right away. But with this energy that I don't know where the fuck it's coming from, but that's how it might hit you as well. Where you're just doing your thing, everything's fine, and all of a sudden you just want things like that because that's how you want them, and that's that. You know? So it's not a healthy one. And it's going to show up, you know, in very unannounced ways. So you might keep an eye on that energy there. It's bouncy. It's a bouncy one. It bounces in and it bounces right back out. But like it created the damage. So it's like, so keep an eye on that. It's on your side. It's yours. For the High Priestess in the immediate future, you get the Magician, the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. Oh, everything's going to be great here. Better than great. You think you're looking at this and you're shocked by how good it is? So wait till you get there. In how you're going to really feel it and how it's playing out. There's a lot of energy of partnership here, which means that if there's one person here, I think there's more. I think there's more. I think there's all sorts of, I think it's a group setting of some sort. And you may be running the show, I don't know. Or you may be making things happen here. But it's nice in the way it's playing out and in the way it's coming together. Not only for you personally, and I feel like that's the manifestation you got going on there, and it's aligned perfectly with you at that moment in time. And it's all playing out nicely. Okay. Let me see what the universe has. As a final advice, the Eight of Cups, the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles. You may not be 100% aware, but you're actually on the right track here. The universe is kind of poking at me to tell you, pay a little more attention to the signs around you as well. Because even though you're on the right track and you're doing everything in the way that you should, the universe may have, you know, some help, some assistance, some signs for you as you go. Even if it's for confirmation, like, yeah, I'm on the right track, you know. So the universe is kind of telling me to tell you, tell them, to pay a little more attention to the signs. Not a bad thing, in a good way. So don't get freaked out. You're still going to be on the right track, but it wouldn't hurt. Let's do the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility. Number 51. I told you to pay attention. Look up. Embracing opportunity. When you look up into the velvety dark blanket of the night sky covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? No, who can do that? Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a teeny sliver of what is actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility and needs your clear focus to home in on what avenue of exploration most calls to you. It's time to choose and not be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what may be. Be here now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest star in your never-ending sky and take small steps, small movements toward calling this glittering potential into reality. If you can imagine this and hold that vision, you will summon all the celestial helpers and guides to aid you in bringing it into fruition. Keep your focus on the essence of potential rather than the form of it. The universe has its own ideas of how best to serve you and all of us at the same time. Trust this as fact rather than theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true, for they surely will, exactly how you need them to. Nice. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.